are under the lights as the show gets you ready for another edition of Major League Baseball. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox. It's Red Sox baseball on the show, and it comes your way next. Chris Sale, a left-handed Floridian, will get the starting assignment. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, we're getting a look at a real competitive pitcher here. Career ERA in the low threes, and that's not an easy thing to do in the day and age of small ballparks and guys swinging for the fences. Rock solid pitcher, does a lot of things well, and it'll be fun to watch him work in this one here today.
At the plate, Joey Wendell. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Joey Wendell.
Here comes the first pitch. Underway here in the Monday opener as the game's first pitch misses for ball one. Guys, this Red Sox ball club entering play here tonight. Now, they've been on a pretty good roll of late. Winners of 7 of their last 8 ball games.
What an opportunity to get a chance to put our eyeballs on one of the best teams in baseball right now. This team has played so well. Their manager has been on point. Every move he makes is working. Timely hitting. Great defense. Good bullpen. The starters have been on point. This is going to be special.
Here's a weakly hit fly ball off to the left side. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Boy, that's something you see often in batting practice. Guys using the whole field there, D-Row. I like to see that. A lefty that's just not always pull happy.
100%, Dan. That pitchers have gotten so much nastier in today's game that if you're not willing to play with the entire field, you're going to struggle.
At the plate, Jose Martinez, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball one. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Now a throw over, a dive, but he's back. He's ready. Here's the 1-0.
If you're going to have any chance against a good pitcher, you got to find yourself in some great counts, and he certainly worked himself into a nice 2-0 count right here.
On a line, that's a base hit into left field.
Hey, 2 runners on after back-to-back singles right there. They are in prime position to put the first run on the board right here.
Stepping in now, Austin Meadows. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball one. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Here it comes, 1-0. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Patrick Johnson.
You know, D-Row, Patty Johnson, decent strike zone, but isn't always super consistent. I think that's one of the things that irritates players and pitchers.
Yeah, you're going to see a few glares, not only from the offensive guys, but maybe the guy on the mound as well. He needs to be a little bit more consistent.
On to first to complete the double play. Standing in, number 25. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest. First offering on its way. Ready with the 1-0. And the fastball hitting 93 on the gun. It's 1-1. 1-1 the pitch. Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now.
You know, on a cold night like this, I think you're going to see him continue to elevate pitches and let these guys just fly out to the warning track.
On the ground to third. Devers fields it cleanly. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Rays strand just the 1. Tampa Bay nothing. Red Sox coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball, the show. Tyler Glasnow will be on the mound for the series opener. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
A change of scenery might be just what Glasnow needed. Started his career with the Pirates. Never been a question about the stuff. Big time arm. 95 to 97 mile an hour fastball. Good curveball. This guy is what they look like. Big, strong guy. The concern with him, throwing enough strikes. If he's throwing strikes, he's tough to hit.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. And he lays off here, but it's a cold strike 1. Dan Dero, we take a look at the Rays entering play here tonight. Now, they've been on a pretty good roll of late. Winners of 7 of their last 8 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, we had a saying in Texas, hit or get left behind. And that's exactly what this team did in their last game. Scored a bunch of runs, but good approach at the plate, working the ball to all gaps. Line to line, this team swung the bats well. I'm going to be looking for that again in this one.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Kiermaier is there, and he has it for the first out.
Batting second, the right fielder, Alex Verdugo.
So striding in, Alex Verdugo, and he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
0-1's the count.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And the curveball's in there, so he's quickly behind 0-2.
I know he stole a strike right there, but he wants to get that curveball down or he's going to get hurt.
And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there, 2 away.
This is the kind of at bat where your hitting coach grabs you on the way back to the dugout to have a little chat about your approach. Not a lot of positives to draw from that at bat when you take 2 strikes and then you chase one out of the zone to go down on only 3 pitches.
Here's J.D. Martinez as he will swing and miss on a fastball on the outer half. It's strike 1. Looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Hit high and deep out to left field. And it's off the green monster. Throw to second. The tag, and they'll get him at second, and with that, the side is retired. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. We are still scoreless. Into the box now, Willie Adames. First pitch has him dancing to avoid it. It's ball 1. Adames doesn't usually enjoy left-handed pitching like this as much as he does at-bats against right-handers. I'm not sure if it's a comfort thing or if he just sees the ball better coming from the right side, but that's the book on him at this point in his career. The 1-1. Hit hard on the ground to second. Scooped up. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 8.
At the plate, Brandon Lau. His average coming into this one is just barely over 200, so he'll be looking to turn the page on a slow start here. First pitch of the at-bat. And that's cut on and missed. 0-1.
As this game progresses, I don't think he's going to want to miss in that spot down the middle of the plate much more. It's early. They're a little less aggressive right now, so he's able to get away with it.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
Ball one.
Talk about frustrating as a pitcher. You make a great pitch like that, the guy just lays off of it. That barely missed the zone.
Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
Boy, there's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung at and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
At the plate now, Hunter Renfroe. As he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Clearly off with his timing on that one. A swinging strike.
You know that nasty changeup's lurking right here. If I'm in the batter's box, I have to tell myself to stay back. I have to take pull side out of the equation, or that changeup's going to beat me.
Grounded straight into the shift on the left side. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Rays go in order. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And that brings in Xander Bogaerts. His previous meeting line with Tyler Glasnow. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Outside, that's the ball.
Bogaerts, a 6'1" right-handed swinger and thrower. He's in the midst of his 8th major league season. Three and 0 now. Rafael Devers waits on deck. He's set. Here's the 3-0. And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second.
Well, that is definitely not the way to start an inning. One thing to give up a walk, but to do it on 4 pitches is pretty alarming. He looks a little thrown off right now.
Now at the plate, Rafael Devers. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. From the belt, the pitch.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
The 1-0 home. 1-1 the count now. He's set. Now the pitch. And there he goes towards second. In the dirt here. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Bogaerts stands at second with no outs. He stays alive, still 2-2. Comes set, now the pitch. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Left fielder is on the move. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Mitch Moreland.
So digging in now, Mitch Moreland. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. He's set. Here it comes.
That's a ball. Count 1-0.
The 1-0 home is taken, strike one.
Wow, I can't believe the hitter took that one. The pitcher absolutely got away with a hanger.
2-1 to the Red Sox first baseman. Bottom of the second here with no score. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. Oh, and he can't catch up to the fastball as he swings and misses for the second out.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
So here's Michael Chavis now, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. Chavis swings and throws from the right side and stands at 5'10". He's a second-year big leaguer. Ready with the 0-1.
That's the ball. We got a ball, one strike.
And this one's in the dirt. Throw goes over to third, and he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
That can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it. He was there, and now he's only 90 feet away.
No score at this point, but a two-out hit could get a runner in from third. And that's upstairs, running the count to 3-1. His previous meeting line with Tyler Glasnow. He's 1 for 2. Three-1 is a fastball, and he can't connect. 3-2.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled off. Popped him up. Adames over to his right, and that ends the inning. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. We're back with more on this Monday night after this. Matt Vasgersian back with Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac as Kevin Kiermaier settles in to start the inning. Here comes the first pitch. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Verdugo waits on it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. So the bases are empty with one man gone. And here's the utility man, Chris Herman, to bat now. Here's the first pitch to him. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Third inning, no score to this point. 2 balls and no strikes to Chris Herman.
Hate to do it, but I've got to question the pitch calling right there. With a guy like this at the plate, you got to attack him with your fastball instead of pitching him like he's a middle of the order power guy.
Too tight with that one. 3-0.
It'd be great right here if he was able to work himself on base. You got the leadoff hitter on deck, and you know the middle of the order is coming up right behind him.
And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
And that hole at bat, I feel like he really didn't want to challenge him. And I'm really surprised by that, because I think this is a guy in the bottom third of the order you have to go right after.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Joey Wendell, 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
That was a pretty good fastball after he walked the hitter previous. There was a little angry on that heater.
Herman leads off first with 1 away. Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there. The 1-1 is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2. This is line to left. But this will hang up just long enough to be run down in shallow left for a tough second out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Jose Martinez.
So a runner at first with 2 away. And up next will be the right-handed hitting Jose Martinez. Has a look, now the pitch. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
Hey, either this hitter needs a cup of coffee or he was sitting off speed right there.
0-2 the count to Jose Martinez. Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
As a hitter, you got to be staunch in your game plan. You know he has a nasty changeup, and you got to fight to make sure it's in the zone. That's a great take right there.
The 1-2.
Inside, ball 1.
2 out with the man at first. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
Good running count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. He'll be off to the races on this pitch.
Now the 3-2 pitch, and he fouls this one off. And the throw is in time. It's a strikeout, and the play at first goes 2-3 for good measure as the inning is over. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3, and we are tied 0-0. Bottom of the inning now, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Francisco Cervelli.
The catcher, Francisco Cervelli.
From the stretch. Hit out towards second. And that's out number 1. Here's Jackie Bradley now. His previous meeting line with Tyler Glasnow. He's gone 3 for 11.
Junior.
Now here's the pitch. Just off the outside as he can't catch the corner. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. Bradley playing here in his age 29 season. He was selected in the first round back in 2011.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. He's got it. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
For the Red Sox.
Back to the top of the order now, and with it brings the left-handed swinging Andrew Benintendi. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And that misses for ball 1.
After watching that one go by and a ball being called, you could rest assured he knows he's not getting away with another one of those. I guarantee you he's going to be aggressive on this next pitch.
That evens it up 1-1. The pitch. Good breaking ball there, laid off for the second strike.
Hey, I don't mind that take right there. That was a nasty breaking ball. Started outside the zone, popped back inside the zone. Good spin rate on it. Move on to the next pitch.
And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now. Popped him up. Martinez in foul ground. And that's the third out. Down in order go the Red Sox. We'll head to the fourth, still scoreless. Up next for the Rays, Austin Meadows comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
Hey, it's not always about filling up the strike zone all the time every inning. He's pitching well as we're moving into the middle innings, but interestingly, less than 50% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
Still all zeros in the run column here in the fourth inning. Dan, does this continue or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love, you know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
Count still at 1-2. Here it comes. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. And this is swung on and missed, and this fourth inning will start the same way he ended the third with a strikeout, and there's one away.
This guy is really locked in on the bump right now. He's just playing good old-fashioned hardball right now, just rearing back and letting it go. And it seems like this lineup, they don't have an answer for anything he's bringing so far.
Standing in now, number 25. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. The 1-0.
Nope, that's the ball.
Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Outside, 3-0 now.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had the green light here. Matter of fact, I know he's got the green light here. He's looking for something set or cut, and he's looking to do damage.
3-1. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Rays DH.
Looked like he swung at ball 4 right there. Clearly he saw something in that pitch that he liked out of the pitcher's hand, but that wasn't a pitch he was going to do a whole lot with.
Another full count pitch home. Count remains full. Neither guy given in. Here's the next one. Making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And he finally wins the battle as this is swung on and missed for the second out.
Certainly not showing any signs of intimidation with these middle of the order guys. That's back-to-back Ks, and the 3 and 4 guys are harmlessly back in the dugout.
So now to the plate, Willie Adames. As Sale will get the upper hand to start the at-bat here at strike 1. He'll attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
Boy, he looks strong out there on the mound this inning. He's got a chance to punch out the side in order and against the middle of the order too.
A windup and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him packing back to the bench.
Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Waiting on it is Benintendi, and that's the 3rd out. So they go down without a whimper here. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4, and we are tied 0-0. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And next to bat will be the outfielder, Alex Verdugo.
Alex Verdugo.
First pitch on its way. Upper part of the strike zone, a dangerous pitch with the changeup, but he laid off. Now the 0-1. Good breaking ball, but he missed inside with it. A ball and a strike. Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact.
Time to wake up the offense right here. 3-1 count, all in on something over the heart of the plate.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out. And that'll bring up J.D. Martinez. He was cut down at second, attempting to stretch a base hit his first time through.
Yeah, fellas, not sure if he got the go-ahead from his base coach or not. Can't believe he did, but it looked like he was running in mud right there.
Meadows is over near the line now as he makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Here's Xander Bogaerts now. Reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. No balls and 1 strike. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Fouled away.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
Ground ball left side. Oh, look at the dive. And give it up on a phenomenal play to retire the side. They call it the hot corner for a reason, and this is a beauty to take us to break. Back with more Monday Night Baseball following this. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the fifth.
Matt, Rays manager Kevin Cash talked to me in between innings about his lineup's offensive production. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. Despite the fact that they've yet to push a run across, the game is still tied, and the pitch count for their opposition is really getting up there. They think that making him work as hard as he has is going to pay off later in the game, and that they just need to stick to the process.
All right, Heidi, thank you.
Leading off for the Rays.
Striding in once again, Brandon Lau, and he'll step in to start things out against Chris Sale. First delivery to him on the way.
Nope, that's inside.
The 1-0 is laid off, but in there for strike one.
One of the best ways to keep a guy uncomfortable is to pound him inside. They're doing that, and this one caught the zone.
The 1-1.
Very rarely does a pitcher like this leave one in a location like that. That's a pitch right there he'd like to have back. He'd love to swing at that one again.
Got him on the good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty. There aren't many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound.
In now, Hunter Renfroe, as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one. The windup and the 0-1. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
And this guy loves to throw the slider, and it's a very effective pitch for him. But here's the flip side of that coin. He starts this one too far inside and plunks the hitter.
So a runner on first with one out now, and that means Kevin Kiermaier will hit next. From the belt, kicks and deals.
Hey, it's nearly impossible to turn two with a guy that could run like this. It's even harder when he comes out of the box hitting from the left side. You really need something tailor-made to even have a chance to get him at first.
And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Hops this one up. Benintendi coming up, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass.
The catcher, number 5, Chris Herman.
Into the box, Chris Herman. Just able to get a piece of that for strike one. He drew a base on balls his first time up. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes.
1 ball, 1 strike.
A good action on the 2-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
He hasn't thrown that pitch much all game. I got to believe as an offense, you just got to throw that pitch away and move on to the next one.
There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. And it bangs off the monster. And not in time as the second run scores.
Man, you can't hit it any better than that and keep it in the park. As we take a look here, you can see that it hits high off the wall. Almost a 3-run homer, but he'll have to be content with a 2 RBI double.
Joey Wendell digs in now as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. A swing and a shot hit down the corner, and that'll wind up a foul ball just to the right of Pesky's pole. And he goes and chops this one out towards second. Scooped up onto Moreland, and that's in time for the second out. Digging in once again, Jose Martinez. 1 for 2 with a base hit back in the first inning of play. He's set, and the pitch.
Nope. Ball 1.
Man, that's a great take right there. Backdoor slider, just missed the outside corner. This guy must have a really good eye. Most guys swing at that pitch.
The 1-0 delivery.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Changed things up on him, and he got him to swing through it. 1-2 now. Now a swing, and he pops him up. This is right out in front of the mound. Sale will put this one away, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Rays 2 and the Red Sox nothing. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Wackney.
Thanks, Matt. During the commercial break, I talked about the Red Sox offense with the Boston manager. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
Thank you, Heidi. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and set to go as the third baseman, Rafael Devers.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
That's lifted the other way out to left, and that's in there, base hit. So it's a leadoff base hit to start the Red Sox half of the inning.
Yeah, man, he's locked in and pretty dominant since the first, so as long as he can get back in that groove with the next batter, he's not going to worry too much about it.
Digging in to try it again, Mitch Moreland. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. Didn't quite catch the zone there. Ball 1. Moreland stands 6'2" as you see him in the left-handed batter's box. He was a 17th round pick back in the draft of 2007.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
1-2 now as that's in there at the knees. Devers aboard here at first with nobody out. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
Wow, that's one of the toughest pitches in baseball to hit, right? That good straight changeup, El Cambio. There's not much you can do with that. You're going off of that arm speed in the ball. It just doesn't get there.
Stepping in now, Michael Chavis, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Your idea of working the count goes out the window. You're frustrated right now, down 0-2. Got to find a way to grind.
0-2 count, and the pitch. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone. That's back-to-back strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
Yeah, clearly no problems working out of the stretch right now, Matt. He's taking control this inning after giving up that hit. Now we'll see if he can finish it off strong as well.
Here's the catcher, Francisco Cervelli, as he'll wait out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike one. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Tying run at the plate, the 0-1. In there, and he's in control 0-2 now. Slow grounder to first. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Red Sox leave one. They're still down. It's 2-0. New inning set to get underway, and digging in is the outfielder, Austin Meadows. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Two mid-90s fastballs right there that he doesn't seem to think he can catch up to. I wouldn't be shocked if he came right at him again with another good one.
A swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and there's one away.
Pretty textbook pitching right there. Jump ahead in the count 0-2 and then start working outside the zone. Easier said than done, but that's the way to do it.
Into the box now, number 25. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. The windup and the 0-1. And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. He pulls this one into right, but this will not get out there deep enough as it's run down by the right fielder in the alley for the second out.
The shortstop, Willie Adames.
So 2 outs now in the Tampa Bay 6th, and up next will be Willie Adames. First offering on its way. Bottom part of the zone, a good changeup gets the call. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. High and wide, 2 balls and a strike. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Bradley has a beat on this one. As he puts this one away, the side is retired. Down in order go the Rays, but they're on top 2-0. So here now is Jackie Bradley. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
He's set. Here it comes. The 0-1 on its way. Edge of the zone that time taken and ruled a strike. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
He's been in total control out there tonight. Gets the leadoff guy with a strikeout there, and it just seems like we've seen so many off-balance swings and weakly hit balls in this one.
And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. 0 for 2 for him to this point. A 1 pitch on its way. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. On the move is Kiermaier. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. Ready for another shot now. Alex Verdugo. No hits to this point. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
1-0.
This could be a huge win for the guy on the mound if he's able to get out of this inning 1, 2, 3 and start fresh next inning with the middle of the order.
2 out, nobody on. And Verdugo goes in front. 2 balls and no strikes.
Couple strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at bat, trying to get ahead and put himself at a good hitter's count.
And this is a called strike at the letters. Looked like ball 3, but make it 2-1 instead. To 2-2 now.
Hey, he's been able to pound that zone all night, working that outer half of the plate. That's why he's having so much success.
And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
One of the things you want to do with a starter, get that pitch count up. Here's another productive at bat as this count now gets to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Looking to send him packing again. And this one misses high for ball 4, and they have themselves a 2-out base runner.
Well, they've been unable to get to this guy, so they'll take base runners any way they can get him. At the very least, you make him work from the stretch and add to his pitch total.
Now the Red Sox DH, J.D. Martinez. He's 1 for 2 in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And they start him with 1 high and away for ball 1.
Man, this guy's had their number all game long. Up, down, in and out. He's pitching very well.
And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0.
If you've been paying attention, the guy on the mound does not want to come inside. If I'm at the plate, I'm leaning out over.
Now the 2-0. And it's fouled away. Now the 2-1 pitch. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. From the belt, the pitch. Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. Now the 3-2 pitch. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
Oh, man, I think this walk is going to grind at him for a bit. He just missed, and now the inning continues with a man in scoring position.
Stepping into the box, Xander Bogaerts. We'll see if he can come through in a clutch spot here. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 6. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
Action in the Rays' pen now as they've got a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. And he connects with it. This one's hit deep out to left center field. Not quite out of here as it's off the monster. And the runner is in from second. He pulls into third safely as we're now tied after a pair of runs score on the play.
Yeah, when that left his bat, I thought it was out of here for a 3-run shot, but to his credit, he didn't hesitate or break into that home run trot. He busted it out of the box and was thinking triple all the way. Well done.
Now the Rays manager's going to take that slow walk out toward the mound, and he's looking to the bullpen here, so it would appear that's all for his starter tonight. So he'll leave in a tie ball game, but he is responsible for the runner at third, so the best he can hope for is a no decision. Trevor Richards will come on and make his 4th appearance in this campaign.
Number 34, Trevor Richards.
Rafael Devers the next to bat as he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Lifted in the air to center. Kiermaier's got a read on it. He hauls it in, and the potential go-ahead run will not come around to score. So it's 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on. 7th inning coming up, and we are tied 2-2. Coming to the plate now, Brandon Lau. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat.
Count 1-0.
Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2. Two balls and a strike. Fastball, but he's losing it a bit here to 3-1 now.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Full count, 3-2. Now the payoff pitch home is swung on and missed, strike 3.
No hitter is ever going to feel good about taking the hat trick with 3 strikeouts in a game, but I will say he's not the first guy to have a terrible game against my man on the mound. And you know what? He won't be the last. We all know he's one of the best in the business for a reason.
At the plate now, Hunter Renfroe. As he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. Last time up, he was hit by a pitch. The 1-0 home.
That's Bolton.
Well, he's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, but it's not like he's walking a bunch of guys. Only 1 free pass to this point, but they're still making him work really hard.
1 out, nobody on. Fouled off. The 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full.
Keep in mind, people, the longer the at-bat, the higher the likelihood that this becomes his last inning.
Now the 3-2 pitch is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
That's back-to-back punch-outs, and he's really starting to rack them up now, guys. I've got 8 strikeouts in my scorebook for him now, so he's got good stuff.
So here's Kevin Kiermaier, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Well off the plate with the change of pace. That's ball 2. And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw. Popped him up. Chavis is there. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Rays go in order. 1, 2, 3. Score remains 2-2. Last half of the 7th here, and here comes the first baseman, Mitch Moreland.
The first baseman, Mitch Moreland.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
0-1's the count.
The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2. Swung on in the dirt. Strike 3. Up with it, Herman. And the throw is in time. Moreland is retired, and there's one away.
Well, you know you made a real nice pitch when you bounce it in the dirt and you still get the hitter to swing at it. That tells me that there's a lot of deception in that pitch right now.
One man is out in the Red Sox 7th, and Michael Chavis will step in at the plate. Here comes the first pitch. Now a curveball misses inside. Bases are empty. 1 man out. And he fouls this one off. Now the 1-1 pitch. Skied into very shallow right. Meadows will come in a bit and put it away for the second out of the inning. Ready for another chance. Francisco Cervelli. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. First offering on its way. Cut fastball inside. Ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Lays off the fastball away, and it's 2-0. And the pitch. Now a ball hit sharply toward third, and that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1 for 3 games so far. The throw into second.
As we look again at that double here, you can see that he was thinking too right out of the box. Smashed it down the line, and that was some great hustle to beat the throw to second to earn himself a double.
To the plate now, Jackie Bradley Jr. as he'll take a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Comes set, the 0-1. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down. 1-2 now. A ball and 2 strikes. A bouncer to the left side. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Danger averted following the 2-out double. We're back with more on this Monday night after this. Josh Taylor is into the ball game now as he'll make his 5th appearance of the season here.
Number 72. Josh.
All set for the start of the inning, and next to hit is the catcher, Chris Herman.
Leading off for Tampa Bay, the catcher, number 5, Chris Herman.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Ball 1. That's by him for strike 1. Fouled away. The 1-2.
He was looking for a swing and a miss breaker right there, but left that one in the zone that got fouled off.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one, but the execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone and breaks just out. Just a great take by the batter.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. And there are the final numbers for the Boston starter, and he was really in command on the mound throughout the evening.
Hey, one of the things you can't control as a starting pitcher is whether you're going to win or lose the game. He pitched awfully well in this one. As of right now, he's in line for a no decision.
And that'll bring up Joey Wendell as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The 0-1 pitch. Nope. Ball and a strike.
That one looked like it could easily have gone the other way. There's a big difference between 0-2 and 1-1, but now this next pitch probably becomes the biggest of the at-bat.
Hits are now even at 4 apiece. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. And it's fouled away. To short. Bogarts has it. Throw in time at first for route number 2.
Now batting.
So stepping in, Jose Martinez. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat.
1-0.
Taylor, a 27-year-old. This is his 2nd year as a major leaguer. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. Ranging back is Bradley. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Down in order go the Rays. And this game is still tied at 2-2. So the Red Sox lineup turns over, and to the plate, Andrew Benintendi. He's 0 for 3 so far, so he hasn't done much to help at the top of the lineup. A ball and no strikes. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. There's a changeup taken, but it finds the zone on the inside. And he got him.
That's a pretty impressive pitch from a young arm like that. If you could spot your pitches there in advantage counts like 1 and 2, you're going to have a lot of strikeouts and soft contact.
And the next up will be Alex Verdugo. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. The 1-0 home. One out, nobody on. Fouled off. The 1-2. Misses for the second ball. Into right field, that's a base hit.
The designated hitter, J.D.
So now to the plate, J.D. Martinez. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. And a bouncing ball, foul. The 1-1 home is laid off for ball 2.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
And a curveball drops in on 2-1. 2-2 now.
Ooh, I'm shocked he got away with that one, boys. Curveball right down the middle of the plate. And for him to take that pitch looking, he had to be sitting on something else, but he should have pulled the trigger.
The 2-2. Ground ball right side. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game. And with that, the go-ahead runs up to second now with only one away.
The pitcher got the result he was looking for. Change up down in his zone, gets him to hit it on the ground, but obviously the result wasn't what he wanted.
Into the box, Xander Bogaerts. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That can be an effective location as long as he keeps it above the letters.
2-1.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be really aggressive. With 2 guys already on, pretty good shot. He's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike 2. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
Well, no doubt in my mind, this has been the at-bat of the night so far.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Verdugo on second. Martinez is over at first with 1 away. And that misses for ball 4, so the potential go-ahead run moves over to third now.
Well, he battled to get it to a 3-2 count, but that pitch wasn't even close. Now he's got a man on with 1 out, so he's got to focus on trying to get the ground ball.
Your attention, please.
So with a left-handed hitter waiting, they'll go to their own left-hander out of the bullpen. Rafael Devers will be the first to meet him here, and he'll do so in an enviable situation indeed. Bases loaded and only 1 out now. From the stretch. In there, strike 1.
So important getting ahead with the bases loaded. Already a difficult situation, so you don't want to make it any harder by falling behind in the count.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. Grounded to short. Adames brings it in. The second for 1. On to first. And talk about doing the job out of the bullpen. 1 batter, 2 outs, and the inning is over. Just what the doctor ordered. He gets the double play to get him out of the inning. Back with more Monday Night Baseball following this. Set to start the 9th in this one, and Austin Meadows will be the next to bat.
Austin Meadows.
First pitch on its way.
I don't know why in the world anybody would want to be an umpire. That manager has given this umpire an earful on a pitch that he thought was a strike, and he's certainly trying to defend his pitcher.
Now it's 2-0.
I can't tell you how big a pitch that is right there to be called a ball. 2-0 as an offensive player, man, it's almost 70% fastball. 1-1, he opens up the entire arsenal to get you out.
Here it comes. And, ooh, that strike zone's getting a little inconsistent now. It's 2-2. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
You know what was really impressive to me about that strikeout? He fell behind 2-0 to start the at-bat. That's a pretty bad place to be, but then he kind of refocused himself and came right back with 3 quality pitches in a row to sit him down. That's not easy to do, but now his focus has to hone in on getting ahead on the next guy.
In now, number 25. This will go after a curveball out of the zone to start the at-bat. It's 0-1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. The 0-1 pitch. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Strike swinging, chased a high one there.
I'm going to need to see a better game plan out of the hitter right here. That ball was at his eyes.
Lays off 2-2 now.
He might have to look for a different way to put this guy away on 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times, so he might be looking for it.
And he struck him out as well, so he's carving right through the heart of this lineup as there are 2 away now.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Stepping in now, Willie Adames. He grounds it sharply to third. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Rays go in order, 1-2-3. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. Diego Castillo enters to do the pitching, and best case scenario for him is to push this one into extra innings.
Diego Castillo.
Ready once again, Mitch Moreland. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch.
Boy, that's one of the toughest pitches to lay off. A hard breaking ball at the back foot. Tough take on a terrific pitch.
Swing and a hot shot toward third. And he is going to have extra bases to start it out. And your winning run will be in scoring position. And just like that, the winning run is into second base with a leadoff double.
Hey, that's a nice piece of hitting right there to put the winning run on base. Interesting here, this is where you play a little bit of manager. It's an AL game. Let's see if he employs a little National League style. Maybe ask the guy to bunt and move the runner up right here. I don't think so, though. American League, it's nasty. You're trying to drive something in a gap or over a wall.
Here's the first pitch.
This has to be a productive at-bat right here. I know you want to drive the run in and get the RBI, but you have to find a way, bare minimum, to move this runner over to third.
The 0-1. Possible winning run on second. No one out. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1 and 2. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Man, this at-bat has changed quickly from 0-2 now to 2-2. A good job of plate discipline by this hitter, not chasing those pitches just off the plate.
Here's the 2-2 pitch.
Wow, this is a pretty good at-bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2. And he's seen a lot of pitches, too.
And he fouls this one off. A possible winning run on second. No one out. There's ball 4.
Well, that was a slider in a 3-2 count, and it just didn't tempt him enough to get a good swing. A good job of pitch recognition and knowing the strike zone to draw the free pass there.
So a big spot here, and stepping in, Francisco Cervelli, as he'll look to get the ball into the outfield and bring home what would be the winning run from second base. Here's the first pitch, and he pops up the bunt attempt. Castillo is there, and he'll bring this one in. Digging in, number 19. Been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
Here's the first pitch.
With some traffic on the base paths, nice job by the pitcher to execute strike 1.
The 0-1. Oh, and that is right down the middle for strike 2.
Hey, be thankful the batter was sitting on something else, or that pitch might have went a long way. Those cement mixers, you get the barrel to them, they can be torched.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Hard sinker misses 2 and 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
Not what you want to do on the mound, go from 0-2 to 3-2, but credit the man in the box for being patient, even with 2 strikes.
Possible game winners at second base here with 1 away. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Ready with another 2-strike offering. Swing and a liner. There's one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. So they can't get that winning run home, and that means we'll have to go a little longer tonight to find a winner. 9 can't decide a winner. We'll move ahead to the 10th, and we are tied 2-2. Leith Hembry takes the mound as he'll be the first man to pitch here in extra innings.
Number 37, Heath Hembry.
Stepping up to the plate, Brandon Lau. He'll be the one to start things out as we begin the 10th.
Number 8.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1. Hembry was known as a short relief specialist, a guy who came in, got 1 or 2 big outs, but with the new pace of play rules, they're forcing a change for this right-hander. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
He knows full well he's sitting on a hat trick right here. All he's trying to do is avoid the golden sombrero.
A pause and the 0-2.
That's a ball. The count is 1-2.
High in the air down the right field line, but this will wind up being a foul ball.
Hey, that fastball caught too much of the plate on an 0-2 count.
And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
At the plate, Hunter Renfroe, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. The 1-0. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier, and he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball. 1-0. His prior history versus this arm, he's 2 for 3. He's taken him deep once. And a slider stays outside, and he falls behind 2-0. And he misses again with it here. It's 3-0 now. Chris Herman would be next. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he lays off. Ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
Man, you hate to give up a 2-out walk to anybody, but especially to a speed demon like him. Good chance he's running here, and good luck trying to stop him.
So coming to the plate, Chris Herman. There are 2 gone and the possible go-ahead run at first. Here's the first pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Pitch out. Nothing doing. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. Runner! Kiermaier's running. Strike called. Now the throw down. And it skips in as he steals the bag easily.
It was pretty obvious he would likely be on the move with 2 outs, and I'm sure the defense knew it too. But he has lightning speed and was able to take the bag anyways.
Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here. Joey Wendell would be next. Three and one. Here it is. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on balls.
Just a nice piece of hitting right there, especially in extra innings. He didn't try to win the thing by himself or be a hero. He just patiently worked the at-bat until he earned the walk. We'll see if his teammates can pick him up now.
Big spot here. First and second, 2 men gone. And digging in next will be Joey Wendell. Here's the first pitch. Good late break to the slider here, but he takes it in on the hands for ball 1. Kiermaier at second. Herman on at first with 2 down. Called strike at the knees. Evens the count at 1-1. Two and 1 to the Rays leadoff batter.
Boy, this hole he's digging on the mound is all his doing. If you can't throw strikes, you're not going to be out there very long.
Hit out towards second. On to first, and the Rays are kept off the scoreboard here as the side is retired. A couple of walks, but no damage. A chance to win it now as we head to the bottom of the 10th, still tied. Ready for the bottom of the 10th here, and that'll bring up the outfielder, Andrew Benintendi.
The left fielder, Andrew.
Here comes the first pitch.
Benintendi.
Nearly got the inside, but ruled the ball. And this will be fouled away. Rounded down the third baseline. He's got it, and a good throw gets him 1 gone. Coming to the plate now, Alex Verdugo. He singled his last time up. First offering on its way. 1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Welcome to my world right here, batter. I've seen this 0-2 count way too many times. Hittable pitch in the middle of the zone, you take one. Slider in the dirt, you come unglued. Now you got to step out of the box. You have no idea what's going to happen.
And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes. One and 2, here it comes. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2. To third. Scooped up. Throw gets him. 2 down. Digging in now, J.D. Martinez. 2 hits and 3 at-bats for him in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Hey, great job pounding the zone. Strike 1. When you got a great hitter in the box, got to get ahead. Count leverage is a must.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Setting him up inside as he swings and misses for strike 2.
Hey, down in the count 0-2, I'd like to see a little choke and poke right here. Maybe work it up the middle or opposite field with 2 strikes.
And it's 1-2.
Hey, that's a nice take by the batter right there, but that's a non-competitive off-speed pitch. Got to do better to at least entice a swing.
A bouncer up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't get there, and it's into center field.
Hey, that's a nice piece of hitting right there. 2-out base knock to put the winning run on base. Let's see if someone can catch a gap and end this thing.
Chaz Rowe will come on and make his 4th appearance in this campaign.
Number 52, Chaz Rowe.
At the plate now, Xander Bogaerts. This will lay off a slider too low, ball 1. Rowe has a good reputation for preventing the long ball. One swing can change the complexion of the ball game when you're coming in late, but he rarely lets that happen. Part of what makes him as effective as he is. The 1-0 lifted down the line in left, and that will end up a foul ball. 1-2 to the Boston shortstop. Ripped down the line. And a reach with the backhand, but he comes up empty as that gets by him. Throw comes in quickly, but the winning run is in scoring position now with 2 away.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is, they're looking to line them, drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case here. Good 2-strike adjustment, able to punch a ground ball through a hole for a single.
Here now is Rafael Devers, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. The 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
You know, something to keep in mind, they're really burning through that bullpen, and this is only the first game of the series. Definitely could have an impact on the rest of the series, and maybe even the whole week ahead.
One and two now. And action now in the Tampa Bay pen as it looks like a right-hander's begun to get loose. Possible winning runs at second with 2 down, however. Sent on the ground out to second. Reined in. Throw on to first, and we are going to the 11th inning. Boston strands a couple. Score remains 2-2. Marcus Walden takes the mound to start the 11th inning. Eleventh inning set to get underway, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Jose Martinez. Now here's the pitch.
Inside, ball 1.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Hit down the third baseline, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Wow, we've seen some really impressive pitching in this one. You could say these lineups have been anemic, but I always like to give credit to pitching and defense, and they've been fantastic all game long.
To the plate now, Austin Meadows, as he puts it on the ground to third. And no chance on the throw here as he reaches first easily.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step one, but I have to ask you, Dan, How frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Roy, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Number 25 is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0. Possible go-ahead runs on first, one away. Fastball well outside.
I'm seeing him just a little too amped up out there right now. That's common with hard throwers like him. Running a blazing fastball up there is great, but if you can't harness it, what good does it do you?
Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. I'm no pitching coach, but it doesn't look like he's finishing his pitches here. That misses high, ball 3. Willie Adames is on deck. The 3-0.
You maybe get 2 pitches a game where all the guesswork goes out the window. This is certainly that situation.
The 3-1 pitch. Down the left field line and deep, and this will wind up a foul ball.
I know that's the spot he didn't want to miss in, but he got away with it.
Ready with another 2-strike offering. He struck him out the 3rd time he's fanned in the game.
It's been a rough game for him at the plate. Couldn't get the bat off his shoulder right there, and he struck out twice before that one. So he's going to have a lot to think about when he leaves the ballpark tonight.
Into the box, Willie Adames, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0 for 4 ball game right here. The 0-1. Got him out of his front foot. It's 0-2.
I'll tell you, if I'm pitching right now, I'm not throwing anything near the strike zone until these guys prove they can lay off it. They're just being way too aggressive.
And that finds its way through for a base hit. And that's going to move that go-ahead run to second now with 2 gone.
Now batting.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1. Meadows over at second. Adames at first. 2 out in the inning. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
Hey, that backdoor breaking ball just missed. He had a chance to run it to 0-2.
The 1-1 pitch. Check swing. No swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2. Got him to go down after that one, and it's 2-2.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
Hit back up the middle. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Rays strand a pair. And this game is still tied at 2-2. Set now for the bottom of the 11th. And that'll bring up a former Gold Glover, the first baseman, Mitch Moreland. And the pitch. And a ball 1-0. Swung on and missed. 1-1. One and two now as that one's fouled off. And here's a ball lifted back toward the stands in right, so we'll try it again at 1-2.
Got to take advantage of that pitch right there. 0-2 breaker hanging over the heart of the plate. Not going to see too many of those today.
And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2. Payoff pitch home. Drilled down the line. But this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2.
Lucky he got a piece right there. He was definitely late on that pitch after seeing a previous off-speed pitch.
And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts. Now at the plate, Michael Chavis. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
1-0.
And that's taken high and outside for ball 1. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Just off the outside that time. Laid off for a ball.
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately. It all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
2-0 count. The pitch ties him up inside with a good fastball. Now the 2-1 pitch. Waves and misses for strike number 2. 1 out, nobody on. And that's taken high for a ball that's full now. 3-2.
These last 2 guys are making him work quite a bit out there. Both have been long at bats, and all in all, he's had to make 13 throws just to them so far.
And a liner foul into the seats down the right side. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there. 2 away.
That strikeout was a real good example of a pitcher continuing to make a guy chase out of the zone. When you recognize a hitter is in protect mode, you don't have to come inside the strike zone. You can just expand further and further until he literally can't touch it.
So now to the plate, Francisco Cervelli, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Counts even at 1-1 to Cervelli. 2 out, nobody on. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. The set and the 2-1. Strike 2 swinging just out in front of the slider. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Renfroe is there to make the catch, and that means we've got more baseball ahead. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. Into the 12th frame in this one, and that'll bring up outfielder Hunter Renfroe.
Hunter Renfroe.
First offering on its way. Lays off 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes to the Rays left fielder.
Hey, after those 2 breaking balls missed, you have to be sitting on a fastball right here.
Now the 2-0. Now a pitch swung on and hit to the left side, but this is going to find the seats, a foul ball. The 2-1 home. Fouled away. Here now the 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
You know, I'm not quite sure how that strikeout will be scored, looking or swinging. He tried to check his swing, but I'm pretty sure the home plate umpire was ringing him up regardless.
Into the box now, Kevin Kiermaier. Now he'll try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The windup and the 0-1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Way inside with that one, a pretty easy take there. And he struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing a little resistance here, and there are 2 away.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
At the plate, Chris Herman. A ball and no strikes. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. The windup and the 1-0. Cut fastball, and it's by him 1-1. There's ball 2 as the slider dips below the zone. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
One thing that could nag at you as a pitcher is having to work really hard to get a guy that you think you should be able to cruise right through. He's not known for his offensive prowess, but he's putting together a real nice at-bat here.
And he lays off ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
You know, it takes a lot of discipline to watch a pitch like that go by, but on a 3-1 count, he had the luxury of being a little bit more selective up there. Good take and a walk is the result.
So Tampa's batting order turns over and set to go. Joey Wendell. He was a ground-out victim last time up. Here's the first pitch. And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play.
He was absolutely all over that fastball. Have to find a way to keep that fair.
The 0-1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
That front door slider is a devastating pitch. By the time you realize it's in the zone, it's too late. You can't even put a good swing on it.
Here comes the 0-2. Ball 1 as he lays off below the zone. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. Misses. Ball 2.
Hey, expect a challenge right here. Does not want to run the count full.
Here's one that misses inside, and the count's run full now, 3-2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
And he misses with it, ball 4, so the potential go-ahead run moves into scoring position now.
Two ways to look at this walk. If you're the hitting coach, you say, that's a great AB. Down 0-2 and you work the walk, but if you're a pitcher like me, that's just a case of letting a guy off the hook, and that can really frustrate you.
Brandon Workman is into the ball game now as he'll make his 5th appearance of the season here. Jose Martinez will be his first assignment here as he'll face him with runners at first and second and 2 away. Here's the first pitch.
Count 1-0.
And looked like ball 2 below the knees, but it's ruled a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. Herman on second, Wendell on at first with 2 down. No contact there, and it's 1-2. 1-2. Here it is. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Sent on the ground out to second. Fielded cleanly. Throw. Got him, and they get out of it as the inning is over. Rays strand a pair. Score remains 2-2. Jose Alvarado will be summoned here to start the home 12th, and the best case scenario for him is to take us to the 13th. Now at the plate, Jackie Bradley Jr. Prior history in this matchup, a number of meetings, he's 1 for 7.
Bradley Jr.
Here's the first pitch to him. And that misses, ball 1. Alvarado, a Venezuelan-born ball player. He's in his 4th season as a major league player. Bradley waits on the 1-0, and it's fouled away. Bradley waits on the 1-1. Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball. Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2. And now a pitch on the way. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. And a left-handed batter waiting on deck, though there's a good shot he might get pulled back. Now the 3-2 pitch. They'll finally just wear him down as this one swung on and missed for the first out.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
In now, Andrew Benintendi, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Attempting to, as they say, get off the schneid here. 0 for 5 so far. Comes set with the 0-1. Flipped out the other way towards short. In time to first, and there are 2 away. So striding forward now, Alex Verdugo. He's 1 for 4 for the game. First offering on its way. Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. The set and the 1-1. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. Here's the 1-2. Grounded back up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Chalk up another multi-hit game for this guy. He is absolutely on fire. He's been on a nice hot streak as of late, and I don't see it ending anytime soon.
At the plate now, J.D. Martinez, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. He's got a chance to end this one and send these fans home happy if he can get a ball deep enough into the gap. And this winds up inside for a ball. 2-0 now.
Now this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
Here's the 2-0. And a good eye that time to lay off the fastball. It's 3-0.
It's amazing how quick an inning can get away from you. You're cruising. First 2 outs are super quick. Little single happens, and now you're down 3-0 with the chance of maybe a little 2-out lightning happening.
Three and 1 to Martinez.
Well, he was definitely trying to end it with one swing at a bat right there, leaving nothing to the imagination. That's the problem sometimes. Everyone wants to be a hero in extra innings instead of just getting on base and playing it like another inning.
And that misses ball 4. So now the potential winning run moves into scoring position where a single could end this thing.
Well, he made quick work of the first 2 guys this half inning, getting 2 quick outs, but then he gives up a base hit and now the walk. We'll see if he has it in him to draw the line in the sand and get out of this.
Here's the first pitch. And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1.
You can clearly see that the hitter didn't like that strike call, and his manager, he didn't like it either, as he's giving the umpire an earful from that dugout.
The 0-1. Possible winning runs at second with 2 down, however. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now. Line hard to center field. That's in there. Base hit. And this throw gets away from him. And the Red Sox are going to walk off a winner.
Well, the way things unfolded, you kind of had a sense that this thing was going to end in dramatic fashion, and that's exactly what happened. A walk-off for the win? Wow.
And This man right here certainly did his part here this evening.
Yeah, he delivered when it mattered most with the walk-off base hit, so better get his recognition. I just hope his guys didn't pummel him too hard when they went out there celebrating on the field.
Been crazy, come where you living at. Kick down the door, get down and get gone. I ain't come here for the chitter chat, but I'm far removed from that gangster. It don't make much sense, rather make me rich. Don't be last time, ain't no objections. So stop acting like I'm an activist. No, this ain't happen on accident. They giving man to the Africans. It'll never be another one after this, so just pay your mission and pay attention.
3-2 the finish in tonight's game. Brandon Workman claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter @MLB The Show.